If you want to build a core that doesn't only look strong, but is actually strong and can perform at an elite level, for example in calisthenics, then these are the exercises that you should do. Today, I'm sharing my personal favorite exercise that I've been doing over the past 10 years, but also show the mistakes that I see a lot of people making. So let's get started. But before I get into the actual exercises, I want you to know this very important thing about core training. Because most people see core training as this 15-minute sequence that they should do right after the training. And actually, what most people skip anyway. So what you should do instead, you should see core training as actually strength training. You want to train your core as you would train your compound exercises. Put intensity in your sets and not just a lot of volume and endless repetitions. That doesn't get you anywhere. So that's the thing I want you to keep in mind while I'll go over these top 5 exercises. So the first one is the calisthenics plank, and that should look like this. So you get down towards the floor, and if I'm talking about the plank, most people think about the plank like this, elbow plank, and just hanging into their lower back without really engaging their core or even their scapula. So in calisthenics, you want to make sure your body is completely aligned and everything is engaged. So instead, I want you to focus on starting in the elbow plank, just like this. But now, instead of sinking into your shoulder, I want you to push as hard as you can, push the floor away, spread your scapula and engage your scapula. Keep this protraction in your shoulders. Now, I want you to focus on your hips as well, because we just don't want to only be strong in our scapula, we also want to be strong in our core. So instead of sinking into it, I want you to activate your glutes right here and push your hips down. Keep that posterior pelvic tilt. So this is how your elbow plank should look like. This is the calisthenics plank. But honestly guys, the elbow plank that I just showed you is probably quite easy for like 30 seconds. If you can do it for 30 to 60 seconds, you just don't want to add more seconds, but you want to increase the intensity. So how you can do this is you can straighten out your arms right here, keep the same position, but now you can bring your arms a little bit more forward. And now you're turning a plank actually more into a hollow body position right here. So if you could hold this for like 5 seconds, 10 seconds maybe, try to play around with this. Try to bring your hands even more forward while keeping the posterior pelvic tilt and everything engaged. Now you really start feeling the tension and you probably see me shaking a lot as well. Okay, so that's the calisthenics plank, the first one. So the second one is the hollow body hold, and that looks like this. So you extend your legs, you extend your arms, you keep your lower back on the floor and you hold this position. But probably you already know this exercise because a lot of videos tell you about this exercise and it is really good. But the thing is, you can do this both ways. You can do it like this, which is good, but you're not actually activating your upper abs right here and keeping that nice hollow body position. So what I want you to focus on when you do the hollow body hold, start in this tucked position and this crunch position. So from here, you keep everything engaged and now slightly you move backwards, keeping the upper abs engaged as well. Extend your arms. And now you will feel this is much harder to hold. And if you can hold this, you can from here, without bringing your shoulders towards the floor, trying to extend your arms like this. So this is so much harder and this will strengthen your core a lot more than just doing it like this. So once you've got the perfect hollow body form ready, you can start increasing the intensity with weights. So you should not aim for like 60 seconds, 120 seconds, 3 minutes hollow body hold. Because think about it, if you want to learn a front lever, for example, you're not going to hold the front lever for 30 seconds or a minute, probably 5 seconds. So if you want to translate that core strength into your front lever, you better increase the intensity. So making it harder, for example, with a weight on your feet, make the leverage a lot harder. I start holding this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, maybe 10 seconds, maybe I would say 20 seconds is enough, and then you should increase the weight again. Okay, so I got myself some plates, so let's see how 30 pounds would look like. Okay, this is actually maybe if I... Okay, this is not working. It's hard with the weights, you know, you cannot really extend your legs. Okay, so I found a way that actually works better. Pick a small dumbbell from here, tuck your knees, extend your legs out. It's quite... Okay, wait, one more time. There we go. Start holding this at least 20 seconds. Let's go for 10, 9, 1. All right, and now obviously you can increase the weights to 6, 8, 10 kgs and start challenging yourself this way, and this will really build your strong core. So up until now we mainly focused on the anterior chain, the front side, but your core is also built of your posterior chain, your lower back. So this third exercise is about building this strong lower back area, a strong spine, which is needed for many calisthenic skills and strength. Therefore, we're gonna use 2 boxes, which I'm gonna get right over there. Maybe let's put them right here. All right, we got the boxes ready. Now we're gonna work on the lower back. And how we're gonna do this, why I'm using this elevation, is so we can train the full range of motion of this exercise. It's called the reverse leg raise. We can do this dynamically, but also statically. So what you're gonna do, you jump on the box like this. You make sure you're nice and stable. From here, you bring your legs up right here. Try to really squeeze your glutes. Hold this position and now go down. A big mistake many people make is arching the lower back here. So going all the way like this, which is actually giving you a lot of injuries in your lower back, a lot of strain. So I want you to first focus on keeping a posterior pelvic tilt. So bringing your glutes together, activating your core, and only go up until your legs are completely straight. So here, don't go further than this. So, and if you look closely, what does it actually look like? Maybe a back lever. You can do this statically as well. You can do straddle to full, and do the full range of motion. So going all the way down, going all the way up. If you start out with this exercise, maybe 5 to 10 reps would be challenging for you, but at a certain time it actually already gets quite easy. So you want to increase the intensity again, focusing on about a maximum of 10 reps, but more likely maybe 4 to 6 reps actually, with more weight on your ankles. So then again, you can grab a small dumbbell, place it in between your feet, just like this. Now grab the edge again. And start doing the exercise. Hold it at the top, 5 seconds, squeeze, go down, full range of motion, and go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go down. Aim for about 5 reps with 5-second top holds. This will really get your lower back super strong, both dynamically and statically. And if the weight gets too easy, you just keep increasing the weight instead of the reps. Okay, now let's go on to the 4th exercise, and this is the god of all core exercises, the dragon flag. This exercise really teaches you to keep your body stable while moving through space. So this is what it looks like. You can do this in different variations. The first one would be the tuck variation for the beginners, like this. The second one would be single leg. Then the full one would be like this. But the most challenging part and the most mistaken thing is that people tend to pike their hips. You want to keep pressing your hips up. So you don't want to pike, because if you pike, then you're not engaging your core as much. So you don't, if you go down and you're here and you go up and you do first this, then you will notice some pain in your lower back and you're actually not training your core. So it's really important that you only go to the next level if you can maintain that hip extension. So then, for example, in my case, if you're able to do 3 or 5 repetitions, you don't necessarily want to add up the reps, but you want to increase the time and the tension. So what you can do, you can alternate the dynamic one with a bottom hold. So you go down, hold this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And go up. So focus on increasing the seconds, because the more time you are in the lower part of the exercise, which is the hardest one, the stronger you will get. And you can also switch this up actually. This is a quite nice variation, which you maybe haven't seen, and this is focusing more on your side, your obliques. So you grab it like this. You probably haven't seen this one. So this one is really good to train your obliques. And if you're working towards the human flag, so you rotate, go here, hold this, and push back up. This way, you're playing with this exercise and both working your full core, but also your obliques. So now let's move on to the final one, and that is the toes to bar. So for this one, we need a higher bar. Or actually, we can do it here. So up until now, we have worked on our anterior chain, our posterior chain, and also our stability with the dragon flag. But there's one key thing that we missed, and that is core compression. And that's what we need with this exercise. And actually using the ladder is really good, because you can stick your lower back on the wall. So you make sure you keep the core compression and really focus on your lower abs and your compression strength. So you can start with a leg raise right here, but if you get stronger over time, you can try to bring up your legs fully. I'm actually not sure if I'm able to do that right now, but like this. Try not to bend your arms here. If you start bending your arms, you will notice you're not actually training your core, but more your lats. So you want to focus on keeping the compression, keep your lower back in contact with the ladder, go all the way up and all the way down. So if you start out with this, you can do, for example, 5 repetitions here. If you get that in, you can go all the way up, get 5 repetitions there. And then if you really want to take it to the next level, you can add some rotation in there as well. So we're working our obliques. I haven't tried this in a long time, but then it would look like this. You start here. And you start making full circles. So you're doing the lower abs, your obliques, and that core compression. All right, so these were my top 5 exercises to actually build in super strong core, which not only looks good, but also performs at an elite level, which actually carries over to your strength skills, but also your everyday life. So make sure to implement these exercises. The big takeaway from this video is not reps, not volume, but intensity. Try to really challenge your core as you should do with your other combined exercises. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you like this video. Let me know in the comments. I would appreciate it, and I'll see you in one of the next videos. Peace out.